What you think about the weather?
Yeah, shit. The weather is not under anyone's control, even if they try to control it.
It's
now,
still
Mother Earth, now she do what the fuck she wants. Motherfuckers keep on playing, and she'll take this whole motherfucker back.
Exactly.
That's another
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's just like a virus.
Exactly. The leech.
Like,
A leech.
Either it's a symbiotic relationship or it's a parasitic. So either we
Parasitic.
parasites and we fucking taken away.
But I think there might be parasites in us.
Oh yeah, we got parasites in us.
But parasites always, if you notice how parasites control their host, some parasites literally will have the host go somewhere else just so they could die.
I got a cavity, and they told me they don't have to do a root canal. And I was like, no, I'm anti-root canal. I was like, y'all can just extract the tooth. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, I guess it's like some class level shit.
I got 2 of those.
I'm like, look, I got 4 wisdom teeth. So -1, hey, that's not that big of a deal. That's what I was thinking, like, shit. And it's in the back. But and then I got another tooth. They was like, we're gonna have to put a cap on. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get a gold cap like my grandfather. And like I don't know, but the bacteria, like they gave me this amoxicillin.
Amoxicillin.
Like, that shit killing off. That's just like warfare.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's like, so on the same scale, sometimes you have to go to war with yourself. Think about the earth going at war with itself. Volcanoes, fucking tsunamis, mind-shattering fucking earthquakes and shit. The goddamn earth split. You see like sinkholes open up, huge as fuck, swallow up like this whole block. You be like, what the fuck?
It's a reflection.
But I think it is a reflection.
Because we don't know what the earth really is. We only know what they told us.
And also, I believe it's how we are reacting to the earth. Like we're the caretakers of the earth.
Exactly. Yep.
And
we the ones that feed it. We give.
If the earth is fucked up, it's because we're not caring for it.
Yeah, we stewards of the earth, but not a large percentage of people know that. But I think actually that's not true. I think people know that, but we live in a very bullshit saturated society here in America. So a lot of things that go on around the world, like they still stick with traditional methods of agriculture and teaching their children and shit.
Yeah.
Like everybody else around the world still has like a higher life expectancy. Like when you get to America, we got the highest obesity rate. We know what to eat. We don't teach our children. We don't even teach what's proper in school. Like how you gonna graduate school and not know what to eat? Not know what to do with your money.
Not what to do with your life.
Exactly.
No, your life. That's up to you. But
the things they learn is just to fit this false sense.
But they're not even setting you up with the basics. You don't even know how to run off credit.
Exactly.
How do you not know how to run off credit in high school? That's something you definitely should be learning.
That's what I'm saying. When you if you want to think about it in aspects of you, like I told him, he has his life that he wants to live, but then you have this game that you have to assimilate with. So that goes with your credit. It goes with your diet because you can eat whatever you want to eat.
Right.
Like, you can deal with whatever. But if you want to take the whole into consideration and say, okay, I got family, friends, this, that, the other. I don't want nobody to take care of me. I don't want nobody to have to worry about me. Like, you don't like worrying about people. So why would you put them in the same position? Or you have the power to change that because you see like, oh, this person got sick because they ate like this. This person got sick because they drank like this.
It's not only that, like, yo, it's our fuel. Food is our fuel, and you just putting a bunch of, like, think about it like this, like your body, your physical body is like a machine. You know what I mean? Like a car. You know, vehicle, you got ventilators and all that. If shit gets clogged up, you eating too much bread or whatever, wheat.
It's gonna malfunction. There's gonna be some type of malfunction.
You're gonna break down, and your spirit manifests in the body, here in this plane.
But see, at the end of the day, though, it's a lot of things that might not affect you as heavily if, I don't know, I feel like things have been taken and kind of got mixed up because it's like, you know, people been eating pasta and breads.
But the human is amazing, though. We are amazing. We adapt to this shit.
I feel like we're under higher stress. So the higher stress, like if you look at rats and fucking scientific experiments, like the more stress you put them under, like the more they, like that shit affects you the most out of everything. Like It's not the fact that rat can't get to the cocaine, or they can't get to the little salt cube or whatever the fuck they've got it triggered on. Yeah. Whatever the experiment is, they're gonna put something on a cube of sugar, and it's gonna be like, all right, this is a fucking placebo for Viagra. We're gonna put a little drop on here on the sugar cube, and they love sugar, so they don't know they're taking medicine, and they're addicted to the medicine, but really it's the sugar. And they're just like, oh, the rat don't know what the fuck going on. We just testing it to see if the Viagra works. The shit works. And so, if they can't get to that fucking sugar, these motherfuckers go crazy. Like, the stress is gonna kill them more than not having what they're trying to get to. The stress of thinking about is like anguish and longing for, and it's right there in front of you. Yeah. Like,
and that's when people start robbing.
Wow.
You start tripping.
That's some next level stuff right
so there you go. Look at the experiment, and look at the environment, and look at how the outcome of.
But they're controlling our environment. I'm gonna be honest with you. They trying to control our environment, our weather around us.
You have though.
Yeah, because that's what we gotta remember.
My house, that's beyond our control.
We gotta put the control back in our hands.
Hey, the sun number on this house is 81. So if I get solar panels, that means like I guess I get 80% of the sun from the day. Like, so basically, my house can run off of solar. Like, that shit was on the Zillow. When I went and looked up my property, I was like, I'm just interested to see what it says. It says purchased, but it still gives the specs of the home. And it was like sun number. And I was like, sun number? It was like 81. I was like, damn, that's pretty high. I guess, because it was in the green. So I'm just like, all right, Georgia got a tax break for getting solar panels. Like, every house on this block should have solar panels, unless you got hella trees around you and you're not getting sun. Like, solar panels is the wave of the future. And then a well, that's some past shit. I got a well, I got a pump in there from my grandparents' property down in Folkestone, and my mom used to use that shit to pump water and shit. Like, I'm like, okay, this is some essential shit. Water, goddamn lights, and then what you want to think about food. You can provide your own essential shit. And that's where we fuck up. We looking for corporations to provide our own essential fucking needs. They're ours. That way. We have land.
Right. That take work, bro. That take discipline.
Like, look at my front yard. The reason why I don't have it dug up yet is because, like, I feel like I need to put a fence up. I can't just have like food growing wild, like just have rows and rows of food in my front yard. My backyard is like, I have hella food back there.
This isn't like a neighborhood type. This is, there's like certain neighborhoods you can't have no garden. Like,
well, ain't no HOA or nothing, so.
Oh yeah, so yeah, bad.
I can do whatever I want, technically.
Yeah, definitely.
I can paint this motherfucker pink. I'm in the greenhouse, fuck the White House. It's green with black shutters. Yeah. It's really mahogany resin colored, is what it is.
Mahogany.
Better about going.
They trap, man. That's a trap.
Nah, look, I feel better about going to get a piece of cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory or Cafe Intermezzo or whatever. Like, if I know for a fact that, like, I'm about to go and cook dinner and all this food coming out of my backyard. Like, I'll go, but if I'm going to this store to buy my food, and I'm going to this store to buy other ingredients, and I'm going to this store to buy some cheesecake, it's just kind of like, when do I do something besides just go and support everybody else?
That's laziness right there. Like,
that's when
I gotta support myself.
Yeah, definitely.
And then yourself is connected to others. So some people always try to make you feel selfish or some shit when you say you got to support yourself or you got to do for yourself. But when
if you're better, you're better for the environment.
Exactly.
It's like motherfuckers don't want you to be happy and shit. Like, realizing like your happiness is like taken away from the pollution, like the pollution of fucking woe and blindness. You feel me?
Spread those positive
That's
vibes,
pollution
man.
right there.
Yeah, definitely.
They want you to worry about the environment.
Pollution
the earth gonna regulate itself.
Shit, man.
Yeah,
I used to think that. I used to think that. Like, when they put the chemtrails out there. Just the reaction.
They're trying to control our entire environment, our decision making, all of that, bro.
It's a control experiment.
They're trying to control us, bro. Stay woke.
That's why I don't be responding to text messages and shit sometimes. Because I be like...
They're trying to train you to be responsive.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And somebody said in the documentary, like, you know, years ago, you know, when you go to work or wherever you were doing, you know, couldn't nobody get in contact with you. Like, I mean, if you was at the workplace, they call, but it better be an emergency if they call your job. Like, yo, we need to talk to so-and-so. It's like, what? Like, he on the fucking work floor. He's down there on the fucking main floor working the machine. Yeah, he can't leave right now. What's the message? Like, that was a text message back then. So now you got a phone in your pocket.
Just
like,
hitting it up.
If you're not at the house, and then even if you at the house, by the time you get to the house, it's the evening. So you at the house in the evening time. Ain't nobody calling after 8 o'clock. After 8 o'clock, but nobody better be ringing your phone. It better be an emergency. You feel me? Now you got a cell phone. Nigga will call you at goddamn 5 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Hey, bro, my bad, bro. You ain't asleep, is you? What the fuck? Sure, I'm not. No, I'm not now. I wasn't really asleep. I have insomnia. What the fuck? So you got, this is a good call. But, like, literally, you have to be at your own discretion now. You got to choose how much interaction, because now people have so much access to you. The privacy is like, I be telling my wife sometimes, hey, I need my privacy. Like, I might just need alone time.
Need my me time.
Like, that ain't nothing to be offended about.
Sometimes, bro, I've been with my wife for 10 years now. Sometimes I just pull up in the front yard, driveway, pull up in the driveway, and I just sit in my car for like 20 minutes.
That's true. That's cool.
And that's some real ass time. I always be some.
I be like, on another level, I be like, I can sit with you in the same room and still have that same time. That's what type of beings we are. At the end of the day, like, if we need to communicate, we can communicate. And so, because I sit at the gas station sometimes. You know, it just depends on where I'm at. I might just, like, kill time. I might know I think I do that anyway, just out of procrastination sometimes. But it's just like, I don't want to always have to be thinking about something. And women be always trying to figure out how to solve something. And I'm like, yo, write a list. Write a list or write a couple of lists. Write a day list. I don't know. I can't wait till telepathy is like a normal thing. And we just like...
Yeah.
I mean...
No, for that.
You're not going to lose your voice, but it's just like not always necessary, like, to communicate in the same manner.
I think you wouldn't have as much privacy in the aspect of just reading energy. If people were that strong, you couldn't get away with being a little snake. Yeah, your whole energy would be...
No, you'd be able to put up energy blockers and all that, because you could do that now. Like, you know, I could walk in the store and I can make everybody feel uncomfortable, or I can make everybody feel lively and think about their day a little differently. I could be like, hey, y'all, how everybody doing? You feel me? Or they ask me how I'm doing. I tell them, I'm lovely today. You know, it depends on what word I use, you feel me? Or I could just not say shit and look at them and just, like, dead the energy. And they be like, what the fuck? Like, you can manipulate everything. Like, energy is another matter. It's just so finite. It's kind of like, sometimes you can't see it. You see it manifested through things. Like, you see a stone, you be like, damn, I like that energy on the stone or whatever, you feel me? And that person got a lot of energy, but it's just like, sometimes you don't necessarily get, I don't know, it's like the root. It's like actions.
Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying, but like, if we were on a level of telepathy, like, and humans were really advanced internally to where that was a thing, I believe that would also, you know, transcend into all other actions or other abilities.
Oh, definitely.
Like, just be able to read you, or like a lot of people could come around and have a good face on and whatnot, but they got ulterior motive, and I'm saying things like that would be seen.
It would open up a different aspect to a more pure society.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would.
That's all it
Naturally.
would do.
Definitely.
New Constitution was created. Like thoughts are things. That's the top of the Constitution. Like you cannot be just over here reckless thinking. Be at the club.
That takes great internal work for them to do that, though. Like,
oh yeah,
everybody would have to discipline themselves.
All the meditation, all the discipline. Do you realize the society
will
fasting.
be completely
Civility.
different.
A lot of fasting. Fasting is so important because
everybody will be growing
is your
food, and then when you break your fast, you'll be eating the food from your garden because you'll be done work with the earth. The alchemy.
Definitely.
That's alchemy right there. You gotta work with yourself. You can't be mad planting seedlings. Like, they delicate as fuck. You gotta be... you fucking break them all, you gonna be sitting there like, what the fuck, you spend $200 on these plants and you just no, you gotta be... you gotta be like, all right, you gotta just kind of feel it, man. But it's just like with everything. Like, I seen... Man, I don't even know. It's just like some parents discipline their children, and some parents are like, "Oh, you gotta let them be free," you know.
No, you don't let them be free, man. You gotta. I mean, of course you let.
But I'm saying on
you
the
gotta
level,
let them fly there. You gotta let them fall.
The level at which they discipline it. It's just like some people are super harsh, and then some people are more like connected on the. Oh shit, this a being. It's not just my child, because that's more possessive. And that shit right there is what got us, you know, where we at. You know, just that possession of people.
Exactly.
So it's just like, I was listening to the shit about the black slave owners, and then it went into in depth about how sometimes, like, you'd get your freedom, and like a husband would buy his wife out of slavery, but technically she's still his slave, or vice versa. So a woman, she bought her husband so that he wouldn't, but after they had the annex, it's one of these states where all the slaves had to be like removed from the state because they were anti-slave states or whatever. Like, either you had to be married or you had to be like family owned or some shit like that. So the lady bought her husband, and then so technically that was her slave, but they lived like husband and wife. Then they got in a bad argument. She sold him. And then once they kind of like rekindled their love for each other after she sold him, the dude wouldn't sell him back. So like shit like that would happen. So it's just like marriage is still a contract. And when you got a contract involved, you got some sort of property or parcel or something. Otherwise, it was the contract don't. What's the contract for? Like if I go get a gun permit, I have to have a gun. If I go get a marriage permit, I have to have a woman. Like, a woman can go get it, but she has to have a husband. So, in essence, we possess each other. But traditionally, from the eye of the law, women were technically possessions. And once you get married, that's why she has your last name. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why wouldn't she just keep her last name?
Even your children, because I mean, we're all connected, but your children, your family is a personal connection. You can guide them, you can influence them, and help them out, because this world and this life isn't easy.
Yeah, it's a positive
so I do
aspect
believe that a parent who really loves their child, and that also views their child also as its own being as well.
True. That shit come hand in hand, but I feel like sometimes it don't.
Sometimes it don't. No, you're right.
But yeah,
sometimes it don't pan out like that. You're right.
Like, I'll be like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm like, you know, they gotta take care of you when you get old and your shitter stop working. You know, you're gonna need some compassion.
Them lonely nights in that one bedroom apartment.
You're gonna rather be in your suite, you know, in your child's like property that they've attained because of what you've instilled. Like, because what, you know, the same thing. Whether it's almost like an agreement. Like the same thing you give, you receive, you have to return.
Exactly.
And then it just returns to you and just keeps going.
It keeps going. Your children part.
So they had to be
can't
patient.
repeat that.
They had to take care of you. Had to
Apple
wipe
don't
your
fall
ass.
far from
They
the
had to
tree.
make sure you ate. Make sure you was
General.
not running around with dirty feet.
But then you see, they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and genuinely that is the consensus. But every now and then you got, you know, an apple that steps up and ventures out and has to learn and grow and decides to plant his seed in some soil that's, you know, maybe in a better climate, an environment. And
the environment makes a whole lot of difference. I told this lady, she was looking at my art, and she was like, it makes her unnerving that the trees were kind of floating in midair because the roots, they were like uprooted. Yeah. And I was like, sometimes you gotta uproot and change your environment, because I was like, basically everybody's a tree. I was like, sometimes, like, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with the seeds, ain't nothing wrong with the plants. It's the environment, you know, be toxic or some shit. So I'm like, whether you look at the inner city or whether you look at a trailer park, and it's like, okay, this environment is full of this drug right here. So this is causing this to happen and breaking the family down like acid. Or, oh, over here in the hood, this drug, same thing. This environment has this drug thing going on. Like, now it's in the suburbs. It's like all these people coming out of the suburbs, and it's like they seem like they're well raised and they should have decent home training, but these motherfuckers is dying off of drugs. The same thing was that, and it's just like, oh, now it's a fucking epidemic. But this lady was like, why would, like, okay, if this is a drug epidemic and y'all are trying to provide treatment and anti-drug prevention, like, you're not persecuting and prosecuting people. It's just like, that never happened until it reached like a certain community, like in the suburbs. You know, it's like majority of like suburban white kids. Yeah. And it's like, now it's like a major problem. It's like, it's not that we don't care. It's like, we still want to shed light on like these people that are still victims, and, you know, I don't know. It's just fucking crazy. But the environment, definitely.
Yeah, that definitely matters, man. You're a product of your environment. For real.
Yeah, man, they got everybody like hooked on these pills, man. They be prescribing pills, highly addictive. Then I don't know, they stop, you know, prescribing them.
It'd be like a regular person too. They'd be like a store clerk. She works at a boutique. I could just make up a story. She gets in a fender bender. Her neck gets twinged.
Here, start taking this.
She starts taking this Percocet because the doctor's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain? She says 8. He's like, oh, okay, we're going to give you this. And then she tells him, like, my neck still hurts every time she goes because, hey, she probably needs like a chiropractor or some actual treatment. Right. But the doctor doesn't.
And then she gets swallowed in bills, and then they stop prescribing this shit to her, and she ends up on fucking heroin. Tell me not.
Damn. Exactly.
Damn. Bro, that's how they do it, bro.
Happens. So,
there's a lot of people that ain't got caught up like that.
0 to 100 real quick. You know?
Real quick.
But yeah, and you know, and then their children start to get affected because, you know, heroin kills all your sensories to where you don't care. You're just like, you have no emotions.
And that breaks a family apart too. Like,
that's America though. The America is supposed to be this white picket fence bullshit dream, but nobody's ever experienced that except for a certain small percentage. And even now, they don't even, they're not even fulfilled by that shit because you see they're going to drugs.
I want to know why, like, the Asians and like in like Middle Eastern people come over here
because of financial gain.
But that's the thing. What would
they learn that over there? They're taught that over.
No, because you have a choice. You have a choice when you go get your home loan. You can either go get a home loan or a business loan. Your credit's not bad. If you're in a position to get a home loan, you're in a position to get.
But how do they always got fucking credit? How do these fucking?
Think about it. Think about it. Before I fucked my credit up, I didn't have bad credit. My credit's good now, and in like a couple years, like a year, I'll be able to go. You know, if I want to, either purchase another.
I just feel like it's hard. Like the.
No, listen, $100,000 to open a Chick-fil-A, like. $150,000 or $200,000 to open a shell. Like, imagine if all your family members do the same thing with their home loans. You can have 6 shells, and then you don't have to work there forever. it don't take too much to operate the store, do the inventory and shit. You don't sell everything every month. You only need a little bit each thing. You go count, see how much Starburst you sold. Okay, I need a couple cases of Starburst, a couple cases of
I was
PT.
talking about something like this with my brother with like a Subways and a
Subway, that works. Pizza, whatever. It's the buy-in is not that expensive. It's only like 100 racks, 150. That loan is accessible. $150,000 loan for you go get a $200,000 loan for a home or something. You go get a house. So either you can purchase a house, like go ahead. If you're in a position to pay rent and you've been paying rent for more than 5 years, you could have bought a house, a small one.
Yeah.
You don't need a big ass house. Just get you a small house, something that's livable. Then you don't have to get no home loan, because by then in 5 years you should be able to go and get an agreement with somebody. You should find somebody who's investing in properties. Be like, yo, I want to do owner financing or whatever the fuck, rent to own, and this how much I'm making each month. This how much payments I can make. This how much I can put down, and just stick to it. The same thing you got to do. Pay rent. You're paying the same amount. You're paying the same amount. So either you're gonna own it or you're gonna keep on just paying. So get you a house. Then after you get you a house, shit. Make sure your credit good. Make sure you pay off everything you can pay off. Go do your own credit checks. Get your shit A1. Then go figure out what business you want to get into. If you got your own thing you're doing, like I'm about to go get a bunch of shirts and shit made. Direct to garment printing and shit. Shit's gonna cost to get my inventory up, but that's my investment. Like you're gonna double your money regardless. That's the name of the game. So if you're thinking about what business you want to go into, you want to go buy Domino's or the Subway, go see how much that shit costs. Might only be like, I know Chick-fil-A is $150,000. Like that shit's easy. You go hire some little corny ass motherfuckers. You gotta make sure they're right out of high school, real corny, real polite, real respectful.
Still abide by the rules.
They already know. They already know what it is. So people applying for Chick-fil-A already know what it is. Like they're not even gonna apply if they can't be polite for 8 hours.
Exactly.
Even to their fellow employees.
Service is amazing.
So and you ain't gotta worry about nobody stealing at Chick-fil-A. This is a Christian organization. Like literally, Chick-fil-A is the way to go. They support the police. So you can be up in there. You can be like, hey, I own Chick-fil-A. They won't shoot. Just be like, yo, calm the fuck down. I'll give you chicken nuggets for life. Crazy ass motherfucking cops. Shit. You gotta have some sort of bartering.
Back when I was in high school, though, like there wasn't Chick-fil-A was only white people. I remember that, and I remember that. And
but I know they had some good ass chicken sandwiches. They used to have them for football practice. We used to have chicken biscuits. They used to get 2 every morning. The shit was good as fuck. Yeah, it was all white people there. It was a homey environment. It was welcoming. There's no need to curse. This dude posted a video. He says, no need to curse in Chick-fil-A. He's like, why are you cursing in a Chick-fil-A? He was like, everything's ready for you. He was like, they're asking you if you need shit constantly, and they're meaningful with this shit. Like,
they really would go get that shit.
I mean,
need some Polynesian sauce. Yes.
Man. Like, I want Chick-fil-A right now, It's subliminal. But still, instead of wanting Chick-fil-A, every time you want Chick-fil-A, you put some money in a jar. And then, like, save up enough. I don't know. You could save up 100,000. Like, people do it in the hood all the time. Like,
but that fried Chick-fil-A on a jar.
No, it's up to you to go get a CPA and figure this shit out legitimately. And make sure your numbers are right. And make sure you report whatever you need to report to whoever. But, shit, yeah. Everything is in grasp and reach. That shit is like, I was watching a Money documentary, and they were like, it was like computer lady voice, and she was like, little do you know, there is $1 million probably 50 feet away from you. I was just like, what the? She was like, in your grocery store, in your neighborhood convenience store. And she was like, the safes usually have up to $50,000. I was like, what the fuck is this video? But she was just like telling you, like, you walking past ATMs, you walking past all this money all the time. People are constantly going to take money out. It's not anyone's money. It's just currency. It's an energy flow. So it's like I always tell my wife, it's not your money. Like it's no one's money. Like your money is in someone else's pocket. and someone else's money is in your pocket, and it's about to leave, and some more is coming to you, and it's just a cycle. So the more you get on that love frequency, that shit is really rapid. You feel me? That depression shit is like slow and drug out, sad. That's a vibratory level. The more you get on that love frequency, the more currency, the more energy flow, the more money you gonna see, if that's what you need to see. But some people don't need to see that shit. Like they think they need to see it, and then they like Jim Carrey said, you gotta see that shit so you know that's not what it is. Like being famous or having all this money, because then you still have to experience the same things. And the money doesn't actually help, and you're like, fuck. You're like, shit, this shit.
Self-reflection first.
Like, yeah, so you gotta figure out what you need the money for.
Yeah.
Like, I need like structures, and I need land.
I need freedom.
Right.
I need freedom. I need.
Well, freedom. The part of that is like food production,
Self-sustenance,
To be
capturing energy.
Right.
How do you capture energy? You have to pay. It's almost like some I don't even know, like some Super Saiyan shit. Like you might have to build up. So while you building up energy, like somebody can attack you.
Yeah.
While you doing that shit, while you trying to build up all your energy, somebody can attack you while you doing that shit. Like
your whole shit out.
So you trying to get to a certain level.
Yeah.
So while you building up your energy, it's like you vulnerable.
Yeah.
So think about
And
if you got to go
spirit
spend
bomb out
all
your
your
hand.
money, all your whole tax return on solar panels, just cash out, and however much they cost, if it's 20,000 or if it's 15,000 or 10,000, whatever. Like I don't know what the scale is, but I think you can probably get up in there 10,000 and be good to go for life. It's like a 20-year lifespan on those things minimum. So get your solar panels. You're not gonna have. I don't think you're paying. Man, hold on, I'm about to do some math real quick. Let's see here. In 1 year, $200 times 12. So that's 2,000. Okay. So let's say times 20 years. So that's 48,000 just on Georgia Power, just paying your $200 a month for fucking 20 years. That's $48,000. That's a good retirement plan. If the 401k collapses or if the Social Security ain't there like they're saying, 48,000. Now imagine, okay, 48,000. Let's do some more math. Remember that number, 48,000. Oh shit, you about to go in. Okay, so how much your water bill a month? About $100?
Something like that.
Okay, $100. All right, we're gonna do that times 20. So that's 24,000 plus 48,000. $72,000.
I never really looked into solar panels. I know they
That's
produce like
$72,000.
electricity and
Now how much
electricity, right?
How much you spend on food every month? Do you know? Can you calculate? Food stamps.
A person is probably like $200-$300. Yeah.
Just for one person. So let's just do that. That's the 48,000 again. So let's just say plus 48,000. Fuck it. That's $120,000. 20 years. 20 years not that far away. 20 years not that long. I've already been with Danielle for like 12 years.
20 years is a lot though to wait.
But no, it is a lot. But if you think about,
to have to wait for $100,000 in 20 years.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're getting over the time. So when 20 years passes, instead of you having $120,000 in your pocket and just taking 20,000 of that, putting it towards solar panels, and then food input, growing food. At least you must subtract that. If you on a plant-based diet, you can plant. We in a tropical place. I got a fig tree in my front yard. I got blueberries in the back. I'm about to right there, the little fig tree, man.
Oh yeah.
I got a banana from Eugene, so it got real bananas that's gonna grow. So like those are all the foods that I put in my smoothies and shit. And then I grow kale, broccoli, parsnips, them daikons, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, all the shit that they sell at the store. So if I'm on a plant base, I go to the store. All I need is some rice, cause I don't have rice fucking fields out there, you know. But
some quinoa.
All I need is some quinoa and some rice and some seaweed or something. My shopping list is like $30, $40.
I gotta have that sea moss though.
Okay, but
I gotta have that sea moss in every smoothie and every little bit.
The cost.
It's just in. It's
and
in
then look,
everything. It's thrown in everything.
120,000 plus whatever you're making. 120,000 plus whatever you're making. You know, doing what you love. You know, doing because you make money, right? You have money to spend at the store on extra things, so that means you make money. Like if it's not just food, clothing, shelter, and the rest goes in a tin can, then you spending that tin can money, that's your profit. So, like whatever, eventually you're gonna start seeing more profit, but it's still not gonna be enough for world travel and all that extra shit you want to do once you get 50 years old. You feel me? Like when I'm 50, I want to have like. I don't want to have no problems. I want to be able to be like, yo, I got 10 acres over here I'm ready to develop. I got a house over here that I'm living in for the rest of my life. I have a house over here that is a vacation home that I rent out to responsible people. And I'm about to go to Italy next week.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, it's simple, but it's like people, it's not really, it ain't handed to you on a platter. But if you looking at some of these numbers right here, like, okay, I know for a fact that I can pull $50,000 a year off of doing my artwork and just doing landscaping. And like, if I really push it, like I can clear $50,000 a year easy. Now, if my wife is doing the same thing, that's $100,000 a year. We only spending about $40,000 a year on living. All your living expenses, everything, going out to eat, paying all the bills. Insurance, cell phones, everything. You feel me? Weed, blunts. Blunts is $4,000 a year. I done did the math. Feel me? Minimum. So literally, you gonna have some money left over. It's all about where that shit goes. It's usually gonna go towards some fucking bullshit ass bill. Some collector's gonna call you.
Right, exactly.
Student loan. But you can pay off your student loans in a year. You can stay. You know, it's really a scam, you know, but hey, you want to get them off your back, you
just
can
some
pay
discipline,
them off.
man. Take some discipline, stack some money, man. I'm doing it right now.
But it don't make sense to do any of that shit until you get yourself correct. Like, so you start eating right, your brain starts working right, you start making vital decisions for your future, like you know you're gonna be here.
Considering longevity.
That's why I'm like, I gotta stop smoking cigarettes. You know, whether it be occasional or whatever. It's like, all right, when I'm 50, I don't want to. Maybe I have to. Maybe I want to fucking run and play with the. I don't know if I'm gonna have grandkids or not by then. That's kind of young to have grandkids. 50,
I'm definitely gonna have grandkids by 50.
I might. I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna have. I got kids right now. And my oldest is.
But yeah, I got dogs and shit. You feel me? I still want to be active. I don't want to be like, oh, my back, or oh, my knees. It's just like, oh, my lungs. What the fuck? So. Yeah, man, this shit is it's a game. You eat mushrooms and shit, they'll live longer, gain perspective, and you don't like. It's almost like the game is so long, but it's like the first level of Mario.
Yeah.
But it's like that's life.
Right.
Just that first level. The other levels, they're fun. They're like a challenge, and you go. Sometimes we skip around. Like once you beat the first level, like once you get the simple basic things down, you're like, oh, okay, I got this.
You got the rest. And
then you start, going through the game.
Yeah.
But that first level is always gonna be the most fun, the level that you're gonna try to master that shit. You know where everything's at. You know where everything's coming. Like you got that shit memorized right now while I'm talking about that shit.
Exactly.
So that's life. Is that first level? You only need one of them mushrooms. People don't understand. Really, you only need to smoke. Like sometimes I'll be like, all right, I'll smoke all day. I'll smoke 10 backwoods in a day if I want to. like just smoke all the weed if I want to. But sometimes I might only smoke one blunt. I might not even smoke.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't.
My wife be looking at me
exactly.
like, "What the fuck? Can we smoke a blunt?" And I'm just like, "Damn, like, do you really need it right now?" She just like, "What the fuck? You just smoked one." I'm like, "I know." But that shit, I don't know. This is like, yo, you get it how you live. Like, you want to buy some weed? What the fuck?
No, I feel you though. Sometimes you just don't need it. You know?
But no, it's like, you know, you go and you pick out the specific weeds you like, and you smell it, and you're like, this is the one for me. And then they're like, you gotta share with the wife. It's okay though. It's for everyone. I wish it was just like more legislation to where she could just go plant her some seeds in the backyard. She can become a master gardener.
Yeah.
And she can just, because the weed is already feminine. So imagine if she probably could just be around the plant and just take care of it and water it. It's almost like a child. Like the plant's not gonna fail you. Imagine a kid plants the bean the first time they plant a bean. You plant a bean in fucking kindergarten or some shit. That shit sprouts. It doesn't not sprout. Like that would be such a letdown. You're like, what the fuck? My life sucks. My
your energy's all off.
Right.
All the beans sprout. Fuck that shit. It might be a couple of days, you know, in between them, but yeah, all of them going. Yeah, man.
That's so true. Yeah,
man.
We get back to growing this food, boy. Gotta tell the land. Show love to the earth, for real.
Plus, that shit is trippy. I swear, that shit's just like eating mushrooms. When you go out in the yard, I had cabbage last night. The last of the cabbage out in the yard. I let one go because it was starting to produce seed. So I'm letting it make seed pods. But then the rest of them, I cut them all down, and they didn't make heads. But I mean, the shit was good as fuck. I mean, to the point where I'm just like, okay, I went and got food, but I'd be feeling crazy going to get food because I can cook. And I'm like, all right, I just gotta wait for this. I just replant it. So this is the only time I can legitimately go get food and not feel bad.
Yeah.
But a couple months, it's gonna be hella food.